Hey everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. And you know, when you follow Ripple, the company, and the digital asset XRP, there are a lot of moving parts. And what I mean by that is that XRP is not hanging its hat only on solving cross-border payments. We can look back and see this announcement that was made in March, where Ripple's Xpring launched a $100 million fund for game developers. And they're doing that by using the ILP, Interledger Protocol, Codius, and XRP. And according to data, there are 2.5 billion video game users all over the world. And Xpring created a grant network for developers trying to grab a significant share of this $140 billion market. And in March, they announced they partnered with the mega player in the game space called Forte. And now there's an article on May 13th with Ethan Beard. He's the senior vice president of Xpring, and he talked with the App Developer magazine and really focused in on how blockchain has this opportunity for payments, streaming payments in the gaming industry. And it's for real, you know, and also ILP is open source technology. And that's important because developers don't want to get locked into proprietary technologies where they are stuck paying fees in a dead end environment. And for the consumer too, these streaming payments are so great. I mean, right now, when you go to a website, it's being monetized by a lot of advertising, right? And sometimes it's just crazy busy. And then you also have subscription models out there, or a mixture of both. The subscription models, usually you hit a paywall where they let you read about one paragraph and then they say, sorry, you can't read anymore unless you subscribe and give us money. Then you can read the rest of the article. I think there is nothing more annoying. So we've got people who are rethinking how this can evolve. And for example, what happens if you want to just read one single article? So kind of pay as you go, such as maybe paying a penny a minute. That is possible with this streaming micropayment. And the industry, the gaming industry, is made up almost entirely of digital micro transactions. So that's why it's a beautiful fit. And on the 7th of May, this is Coil with a collaboration taking place with Mozilla. They announced that there is a grant for a web hackathon, and it's a way to solve that pain point of invasive ads, paywalls, and also, don't forget, the abuse of personal data. So the grants in general range from anywhere from $5,000 to $100,000 USD. And this particular project is slated to start between May 6th and June 5th, and then you have to be done to have the winners announced June 10th. And Ali Spivak, she is now the Senior Director of Developer Relations. She's new at Coil. She's been in the job about 5 weeks. She's fielding questions. I think she's one that's kind of organizing a lot of this. She was formerly at Mozilla, so I'm sure she's going to be an important addition to the Coil team. Now, when you look at this, at the bottom, right here, this is the XRP ledger. That is the home of XRP. And then you've got the Interledger Open Protocol Suite for sending payments. And it's interoperable for any value. And then here, you've got the developer kits. And they are in supported languages like JavaScript, Swift, and Java. And then on top of that, you have the payments right here, media, and gaming. So payments, you can custody, send, receive, spend, pay, all in the app. And with the media, that allows to have a new business model built on top. And then you've got the gaming side, which creates its own exchange of goods across many games. It's really, it's a platform that I think the developers enjoy building on top of. So what about this Mega Forte player? What are they doing? Well, they are busy. On March 24th, they announced 5 new partners, and those partners are going to unlock new business models for games. Each company will integrate blockchain into one of their games. And one of the 5 that they partnered with is nWay. They're in San Francisco, and they're the makers of the premium content Power Rangers. And the CEO, TK, is here on a panel. This is kind of a virtual breakout panel that occurred on April 30th. They talk about blockchain and digital tokens for gaming, particularly looking at speed, scalability, regulatory issues. It's a very good panel. And at the 1 minute 32 second mark about, you can hear the CEO of nWay give his answer to what about not only what platform are they building on, but what's the digital asset? Whose token is it? And if you listen carefully, you're going to hear that he mentions Interledger, and he also, I'll let you hear his answer for the token. They've been interested in blockchain technology for monetizing and innovation even before they met with Forte. So I think when you hear the question, you can see that he's under NDA because he can't speak about the specifics. But he does say that later on this year, they are going to announce what they are up to. Now, I'll let you listen to this so you can hear for yourself. It's very short. Here we go.
And how to find new ways to monetize real-time PvP games without resorting to pay-to-win tactics. So we'll have a lot more to say about the partnership with Forte and our specific game that we're developing later this year. Can't announce anything yet, but what we can say is that we're both aligned in our thinking that a game-first approach versus a technology-first approach is a key to mass adoption. As we said earlier, players generally don't care about what technology is behind the scenes. They mainly care about the experience they're having with their friends. And Forte's team has deep experience in game and economy design.
Are they using their own tokens, or are they using Ethereum, or can you talk about that?
They have they use open protocols like Ethereum and Interledger. But I can't get into specifics. That's more of a question for.
So you can't get into specifics, and so he's talking about where they're using Ethereum and Interledger. So I think they're really working on something, and we'll soon see what it is. Their vision is both aligned, and they want to go with a game-first approach, which is for mass adoption. I totally agree. You don't want to build something just for the sake of building something and saying that you used, the ledger. You want to build something that gamers are going to want to use. So I think their focus on building kind of a killer game first, and then putting the underlying foundation as being ILP is the way to go, because the gamers don't care really what they use. They're into the user experience. So I think they are focusing on the right thing, and they should really get a move on, because Facebook on the 20th, they just rushed out a new video game monetization. This is interesting. They have a new video game streaming app, and they are trying to rival Twitch and YouTube. And how it works is kind of interesting. It's a little bit different. It's not like what Coil does, but they allow that gamer who is streaming to join a level up program, and then they can monetize their stream. And they do so by the viewers who are watching them stream send Facebook stars. So for every star that is sent, Facebook will pay out 1 penny. So in order to get paid, you need to earn at least 100 US dollars or 10,000 stars. And then you'll need to also set up your payment settings before that too. So you can see that payments is really going to come on strong within the gaming industry. And when you go to Coil, which uses this streaming of micropayments, it's very enjoyable to use because there's no annoying unskippable ads, and it's really, you know, that is so common in the free game industry. They're overrun with those unskippable ads, but there is a vast number of possibilities to use this technology. You can go player to player payments, you can go in-game currency, you can use, of course, the XRP tip bot, you can cash out those non-fungible tokens for XRP. And with Codius as a contract, you could lock up XRP in an escrow, for example, for the game users and make a treasure hunt that has a pre-programmed deadline for that XRP to be put back into escrow or to be released. I mean, you know, sky is really the limit. So I think that we just have to keep track of all these moving parts. Now I really want to talk about something that is really paying attention to real progress, something that's really happening in these corridors. And the corridor I want to talk about is one of the top 10. It is the one that SBI went live with RippleNet for Vietnam. And there's an interesting article that just came out. This just came out on the 12th of May. This is with Philip Zitter. He is in Ho Chi Minh City. He is an attorney, I believe, and he does a little bit of an analysis with using crypto for the cross-border remittances. And I think it's very interesting because the state of the state bank in Vietnam actually did a new revision of a decree to make payments for cryptocurrency. Looks like there's really no block, and assuming that the funds are transferred as cryptocurrency and are not spent as cryptocurrency, it seems to be okay. So I think that there is a very, very good chance that Vietnam, in this amendment for their non-cash payments using crypto to fiat conversions, has the stage set to actually be live very soon. Okay, everybody, I am jumping to the fluff. So I just want to stick with Coil because I finally got something up on Coil, and it's in reference to a fluff that I did a couple of days ago that talks about Kintsugi. And this is the Japanese craft or trade that takes a broken piece of ceramic and repairs it by using real gold, real silver, or sometimes even platinum. And it's embracing the imperfection. So this Kintsugi is actually translated into golden joinery. And it's the Japanese art of repairing broken pottery by mending the areas of breakage with the gold, silver, and sometimes platinum. And as a philosophy, it treats breakage and repair as part of the history of the object. So it's looking at the beauty rather than something you want to hide or disguise. And the concept of highlighting or emphasizing these imperfections, it's focusing on the mends and the seams. That's the intention, so that you can bring this unique additive of beauty. So I put together my 10 favorites, and I just am showing you only, well, 2.5, because I've got one of them up in the header here. And I'll put a link to the Coil website to take a look at all 10, should you be interested. And also, everybody, all the answers from the contest for the giveaway for hitting that milestone on the channel were answered correctly. So it's kind of fun to see that all 4 questions were, had multiple people actually answer them, but within the first 24 hours, they were successfully answered. So I'll be sending out some Kit Kats and that Tokyo Olympic keychain. Okay, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.